back to what we were discussing earlier with quarterbacks maybe wanting more than what the team will pay, and where does it all lead? There's been a narrative that's popped up in recent days regarding the Rams and Jared Goff, and this was really accelerated, Big Cat, in the aftermath of Carson Wentz taking one spot after Goff in the 2016 draft, getting his contract. When will Goff get his? The Rams are waiting. Kevin Demoff, the Rams COO, said that last Friday. We're not on the same timetable as the Eagles. In the interim and in the aftermath, you've had on 3 different occasions now, by my count, Sean McVay, the coach of the Rams, making it abundantly clear that Jared Goff is his guy, that he's not a system quarterback, he is the system, that there's a 0% chance that he's not going to get the contract extension he's worthy of. Now, all the praise that's being heaped on Jared Goff could drive up his price tag, but the phrase worthy of tells me there are limits to what the Rams will pay. And that's what I keep coming back to. Until we know what Jared Goff wants and until we know what the Rams will pay, we don't know whether or not there's a gap there. But just like with Prescott and the Cowboys, there's a chance that with Goff and the Rams, that's going to be the first scenario where the impasse lands, it can't be resolved, and the quarterback moves on and the team moves on.
Now, my only question to you is, Sean McVay keeps praising Jared Goff, and we automatically think contract, even though he has 2 years more under contract because they picked up that 5th-year option. Is it contract, or is it Sean McVay trying to boost the confidence of his quarterback after an absolutely putrid offensive performance in the Super Bowl? And I think a lot of the blame goes to Sean McVay as much as Jared Goff, and they both will stand up there and take that blame and tell you that it was awful and tell you they made mistakes and they probably haunts them. So I think it's more Sean McVay. You can't change everyone's mind from what they saw in the Super Bowl until you kick off week 1, right? But at least you can try to boost your quarterback up and talk about him and praise him in the media to try to get the narrative off of what the Rams didn't do in the Super Bowl and onto what they will do this next year.
I agree with you completely. The problem is those things Sean McVay may be saying now become the quotes that Ryan Toner, Jared Goff's agent, will be reading back to the Rams when it's time to negotiate. And you put Kevin Demoff in a situation where he's got to say, hey, Sean McVay was just trying to boost your guy. He really didn't mean all of that. But that's the point. How much of it does Sean McVay really mean, Big Cat? How much of it is boosting the guy's ego, and how much of it is real? And does Sean McVay, deep down, does he believe he can't do it without Goff, or does he think he could do it with somebody else? I think McVay has enough confidence in himself that he believes if he had to, he could do it with someone else.
But I think Sean McVay is an honest guy. So you're basically saying Sean McVay is lying to everyone.
But you're just saying it. You just said it. You said he's doing it to boost his confidence.
Yeah, I know. That has nothing to do with his contract. You are then taking it to the contract stuff, and that's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with the contract.
If he's telling the truth, it does.
I know you think that it's going to be part of the contract negotiation. I guarantee you a quote that Sean McVay, if you walk in there and say, well, what do you think this is? Like, a negotiation with an elementary school kid? Well, you said this, 6 months ago. You better believe it.
Yes,
no,
that's how it works. Listen,
Mike, this is not.
Big Cat,
You can't quote your coach and say you owe us this money because he said this guy.
That's how the negotiation works. That's how I'm telling you. You may not like it. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 20 years now. You may not like it, but that's what agents do. That's why one of the cardinal rules is you don't excessively praise your guys in the media, because then they are going to try to jam it up your you-know-what sideways when it's time to negotiate with him. Here's all the great things you've said about my guy. That's why I think you should pay my guy. That's what agents do. That's what they do. That's the point.
I'm not saying that's not what agents do. Of course that's what they do. I'm saying that it doesn't really end up mattering at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't matter what Sean McVay says. It matters what Jared Goff does on the field. And that's really what it comes down to. And if Sean McVay, look, do you think that if you ask Sean McVay, if you shot him full of truth serum, he wants Jared Goff to be worthy of whatever contract you're talking about? He wants him to perform to a level where the Rams have to re-sign him to a max deal.
Correct.
So it's kind of counterintuitive to be like, well, don't say anything nice about your quarterback. They want him to perform to a level where he can be the franchise guy.
But Big Cat, if they're sold on him, shouldn't they just sign him now? Because if they're right, the price is only going to go up.
No, I don't disagree with that. that comes down more to what they're willing to do, and are they maybe a little scared of the Todd Gurley thing, where they signed Todd Gurley to a contract extension before his contract was up, and now they're getting burned a little bit because who knows what his knee is about. Obviously, running back's different than quarterback, but I would assume they're talking. When they say they're not talking, I assume they're talking, and I'd assume they're trying to get a deal done in the next, whatever it may be, 3-4 months. Because Carson Wentz's guy is the same as Jared Goff's guy, and they're going to probably get together and they're going to try to figure this out.
Whether it's the Rams and Goff, the Cowboys and Prescott, the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, the Browns and Baker Mayfield, there's an endless list of young quarterbacks who will be due for new contracts. I think we do agree at some point, there's going to be an impasse, and it's going to get very interesting.
I'm actually going to write myself a note because I know we're talking about Dak again. So I'm going to write myself a note, Mike. You got me fired up. You know what was? That was like my first live contact hit in like 3 weeks. I feel like
it feels like it's the first day of training camp. Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like Julian Edelman running over the middle and getting the spider webs knocked out. I'm fired up now. I'm writing myself a note. I'm going to own you for the rest of the show.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.